Okay, this is the Sony 134SD, manufactured around about 1972 to 74. I believe this particular model is a slightly later version. I suspect it was made in 73, possibly 74. I forget the serial number now. Anyway, it's got a flat belt. I've got an earlier version which is a square belt system. Right, okay, so what issues did I have with this? Well, it was completely covered in muck, and it took a long time to get rid of the muck and the dry grease. So if you're ever buying one of these, be prepared to put in a lot of work. Now, what issues did I have? Well, there are too many to mention, but things that spring to mind are this head assembly here. If you look carefully, you can see that the heads are riding on a plate guided by, noted here, 3 dotted lines, there's one there somewhere, and they're guided by 2mm ball bearings underneath, and they're actually held down under pressure by these 2 screws here. Now what happened is I accidentally bent the plate when repairing it from the other side. I was returning a screw to do with the flywheel system, and the screw I returned was the wrong one. It was too long. After about half a turn or so, pushing the screw in too far, I bent the plate. The screw protruded from the other side and bent the plate. So I had to correct all that, which took a while, a lot of experimentation, but now I've got a nice stable assembly there, so I'm very happy with that. Now, stable in the context of tape recording, visually or even mechanically, you can't really sort of feel the instability. It shows up in test results. So what other issues did I have? Yeah, some wound flutter issues were to do with the unstable head assembly, stroke plate, but also I really needed a new pinch roller. Now, lucky me, saw one on eBay in the United States, complete with the assembly, so I got that. It came to me after about 3 weeks, and it's working perfectly. Now, if you aren't able to get a complete new pinch roller for it, but you want to replace the existing pinch roller with another one, you can't get the assembly that goes with it, you're going to have to drill out this guide pin, this steel 2mm pin, which is chamfered or tapered on the other side and finished off like much like a rivet is finished off. You're going to have to take it out and part drill it before you can actually knock the pin out. So be aware of problems in that department. I could have actually opted to do that, but since I saw the new old stock pinch roller mechanism, I thought I'll go for it. I did have some problems with erasure. The left channel wasn't erasing properly. It was slightly intermittent. It hadn't erased completely. So what was the issue? Well, the issue was 2 things. One was head wrap. The head wasn't going far enough into the cassette chamber. You could actually see that the tape was kind of bouncing up and down. I mean, I am exaggerating slightly, but the tape was bouncing up and down on the tape head itself. But more importantly was the tape head was actually too high. Luckily there were 2 shims underneath this, and I removed them and I lowered the tape head down so that the erasure electromagnet could in fact erase the the left channel properly. The left channel is the lowermost track on the cassette, if you're interested. Alright, what else did I do? Oh, I actually moved the head slightly further in to get better tape wrap as well, which is very important. One thing I have noticed with this old deck is the back friction, or when it's in play mode, effectively back tension, which is based on friction here. More modern decks of the time had a little pad somewhere here where they applied a gentle pressure to the wheel, thus giving rise to an effective back tension, but there doesn't appear to be any, as far as I'm concerned, notable back tension here. For me that was and still is a slight problem, but it's the tapes are erasing fine. I guess I shouldn't really worry about it. What else? Other problems that I have? Oh yeah, the record head. For some reason there was a problem with the original head. When I was recording, you could hear in the left channel an intermittent bias noise. It was only low level, but it was annoying, especially when in quiet passages of music you could just pick it out. And once you hear this sort of thing, you know, it kind of grates on you a bit. So what I did was to replace the head after a lot of trial and error with an identical head from another deck, and that cured the problem. Unfortunately the other deck has got the problem now. Anyway, there we are. On this side I replaced the VU meters lighting system with an LED, white LED display underneath, which does the job. I think at a later point I'll implement a surface mount LED system into it. It'll probably illuminate it a bit better and be more compact, but for now it's working fine. So on this side I think that's about it really, apart from cleaning issues. You'll find that if ever you buy a deck of this era, be prepared to clean off all the dry grease. There's lots of it, it's everywhere, and of course all the dust that accumulates over the decades. Yeah, repairing one of these old decks is a long, arduous task, so be prepared.